Good morning, friends. It's Monday. It is May 4th, 2020. Tapple's licking his lips. You can see that I got yogurt for breakfast this morning, and we all know that's one of his favorite things. We're still here on the couch in my living room today. My office is almost all moved. It looks a lot better over there, but it is not where it belongs. He's off to find something. Who knows? He's going to try to steal my yogurt while I'm doing this. All right, so today's word of the day is jealous. And when you are jealous, sorry, I didn't have my, want something that somebody else has. So sometimes it could be as simple as you really like your friend's shirt and you want one too, and you're kind of jealous that they have one and that you don't. AJ, the Velociraptor, he gets jealous a lot when his sister gets more attention than he does, and he thinks that he needs to like pull on my arm so that I pay attention to him too. So sometimes it's just a feeling because you think you're not getting enough attention or you want something that somebody else has. So the sentence they gave us is Marcy felt jealous when her friend got a bike like the one she wanted. So I want you to think today on when it was a time where you felt jealous, because everybody's felt it, whether you think you have or not. You really have felt jealous sometimes. Could be as simple as my brother got a treat and I didn't. So where we left off on Friday with Caterflies and Ice, there was a giant snowstorm and Zoe and her mom could not go and check to see if the caterfly eggs had been saved. And she found out that a lot of salt could be dangerous and kill the plants that the caterflies need to eat. So let's see what happens. Chapter 9, a demonstration. Mom cleared off the kitchen counter. Can you grab two bowls that are the same size and a measuring cup, Zoe? Mom said the best way to explain what salt does to plants was to do a science demo. That's short for demonstration. I set the bowls and measuring cup next to our salt shaker, and Mom brought several thin circles she had sliced from a potato. They looked like weirdly flat and juicy potato chips. Mom cleared her throat. Okay, so let's see what happens when we add salt to one potato slice and not another. Remember, when we do an experiment, we always change one thing and keep everything else the same, I interrupted, and Mom laughed. Exactly, so we're changing salt. So we should do the same size potato slices in each bowl and add the same amount of water to both. Excellent. My mom smiled and handed me the measuring cup. The bowls were pretty big, so I decided to add 2 cups of water to each. Then I chose 2 thin slices of potato that looked identical and put one in each bowl. Mom unscrewed the lid to the salt shaker and handed it to me. All of it? I asked. She nodded. I poured all of the salt into just one of the bowls and stirred the water, salt, and potato slice together. So see how she's labeled the bowls here too. Are you sure about this? I asked, looking into a bowl. It's just a slice of potato, not a plant. I want to make sure I didn't skip a page. A catnip plant and a potato slice seem pretty different to me, so maybe the catnip plants would be just fine. In this demo, the slice represents the whole plant, so even though the potato slice is just part of a potato plant, it'll show you what all the parts of any plant would do in so much salty water. Oh, well, maybe the potato slice wouldn't change much, I hoped. I really wanted the catnip plants to be fine. Once the caterfly eggs hatched, they'd be hungry for those leaves. Mom set the timer for 30 minutes. Now, we wait. Tapple had an itch in case you heard him scratching. Chapter 10, Rubbery Potatoes. Sassafras and I smushed our noses against the window, staring at the never-ending snowstorm, when the kitchen timer went off. We dashed into the kitchen, eager to see what was happening to our potato slices. Sassafras was so curious, he even jumped on the counter to see. Sassafras! He's trying to get into my yogurt, sorry. My mom scolded as he joined us, kind of like Chapel just jumped into my things. Sassafras lowered his head and jumped back down. I picked up the potato slice that was in plain water first and bent down to show it to him. He took a sniff, but leapt backward as a water drop fell from the potato. It feels the same, I think. I gave it a poke. Maybe a little stronger? It seems harder to bend now. Mom nodded. Next, I plunged my hand into the salty water. My fingers touched the potato slice and I made a face. I pulled it out and knelt down. This one is gross, Sassafras. I wiggled it between my hands to show him. It feels rubbery. I looked up at Mom. So what does that mean? Things like to be equal when they can, she said, as she sat down at our kitchen table. She picked up the saltwater potato slice. More salt was outside the potato than inside the potato itself. So to even out the saltiness, water moved out of the potato. Well, only a little water has moved out so far. We'll leave it overnight, and you'll see a big difference tomorrow morning. Water will keep moving out of the potato to make the saltiness more equal. I picked up the plain water potato. So this one was pretty even already. That's why a bunch of water didn't have to move a bunch here. Mom nodded. So can you figure out what salt water might do to a whole plant? I poked the rubbery potato slices. I thought out loud. There they are chit-chatting. If there's salt around the plant and plants try to make things even by moving water, that means, I guess. Oh no, what's wrong, honey? I looked down at my feet. I made a mistake, Mom. With the caterflies, I dumped a ton of salt on the ice to make it melt faster. I was worried about the eggs freezing. I slowly picked up the rubbery potato slice. Will the catnip host plants look like this tomorrow? Because if they do, what are the baby caterflies going to do once they hatch? Mom rubbed my back. Oh, honey, we all make mistakes. You never know, the salt might not have made it very far. We'll have to wait and see. Try to take your mind off of it. Whatever's happened, we'll figure it out tomorrow. I felt like tomorrow would take forever to get here. Maybe Mom was right and I should keep myself busy so I wouldn't worry as much. While Mom made hot cocoa, I grabbed my science journal and decided to write down everything I learned about caterflies so far. You can see she's got some big scribbles on there. Caterflies, what I know. They lay eggs. Eggs can't get too cold. Eggs hatch into caterpillars. Caterpillars eat catnip host plants. Maybe somebody scribbled on the book. Then I added all the caterfly things I still wondered about. Caterflies. What I wonder. Do they make a chrysalis? What do adult caterflies eat? Can the caterpillars talk? Can sassafras understand them? As I wrote and sipped hot chocolate with sassafras purring in my lap, I felt a little bit better. Maybe the plants wouldn't be as bad as the potato after all. So that sounds like an experiment you could do at your house if you had potatoes at home. So ask Mom or Dad if they can cut a thin slice of a potato so you have 2 equal pieces and you have 2 bowls. You can put in 2 cups of water in each bowl and then put a bunch of salt in one of the bowls and let it sit and see what happens to the potato. It's a really cool science experiment. It doesn't cost a lot if you already have the stuff at home. If you don't have a potato at home, it'll be okay. You can try the same thing. I think a piece slice of apple might work. A banana wouldn't work because it's just going to get mushy. But potatoes and apples are very similar if you think about like the texture of them. So the apple should work as well. It'll be interesting to see. If you do the experiment, have Mom or Dad send me a message with some pictures on what it looks like and how much fun you're having. Hope you have a wonderful day. It is Star Wars Day today because it is May 4th. May the Force be with you. I've never seen Star Wars in my life. I just know everybody talks about it. Love and hugs to everybody.